where's Sun? Where's Sun? This is the Wrath episode, and this episode does contain spoilers and an episode breakdown. So if you've not watched the episode, check it out first, or if you want to see what happens, carry on watching. This is Orion's last day on Earth. He is going, he is. They've defeated Damaris, and they're like, yeah, okay, that's fine. There's a giant Armada coming, but why not? You can just go. He's saying goodbye to Ernie. Ernie's like saying, oh, thanks for working here. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna hang up your apron up like a sports team, and it's gonna be it. No one will ever do it. And he blows into it and starts sneezing. It's like, oh, really, guy? Orion is then greeted by Emma, who then turns around and says, oh, we've got to get you back to your spaceship. You would just be like, we're gonna walk you to your car or something, because Ernie's in the back. He could be like, oh, spaceship? Oh no, Armada, oh no. So I don't know why Emma does that. Thanks, Emma, for ruining everything like that way. So yeah, they start talking about stuff, and it's weird because they're talking about how much they're going to miss each other. Emma's kind of like putting on the moves to some degree, if you want to call it that. I like the fact that she goes like, yes, I'm going to miss you, and she's like, and everyone else. Or kind of like, yeah, I'm going to miss you and everyone else. I'm thinking, you're wanting a little bit of Orion now. You tried to go for Jake, but you know that's wrong. So why not go for the Silver Ranger? Because why not? Orion becomes smooth. He is smooth, Orion, smooth. He talks about saying that he is glad that they all met in person and not at all, and it's a great thing. Smooth, Orion. Smooth. I like that. So they're back at the ship, they're looking at it, they're looking at everything about it, and Noah's really impressed, and I like the fact that just Jake goes, he's in nerd heaven, and it's like a really nice 3D model of it. So yeah, he's just generally just checking it over, going like, wow, this is amazing. These Armada ships are amazing if they're not attacking us. And I kind of see the little joke that they put in there. It's quite humorous, but not ha-ha funny like they did with Love is in the Air episode. But apart from that, they're all looking over, and you think they'd spend more time when they're not fighting monsters going over all the technology and adapting it to themselves, or giving it to NASA, use or whatever the turbo NASA is. If you know that, put it in the comments down below. They all start saying goodbye. Jake gives Orion this bag and says, look, this is all goodies from Earth, there's a few things in there for you, and Emma gives him a plant. And I'm thinking, how did you get those flowers? How did you get that plant from the time you were walking them? So I'm thinking either she stole them, or she dug them up from somewhere. I was like, you can have them and take them, but she's in the good intention. She's saying, look, this is from Earth. When you look back, you'll remember that you're kind of close. But the thing is, on Orion's planet, how do you know those flowers are going to survive? It could just die straight away, or they could turn into mutant flowers and kill everyone. Well done for doing that, Emma, because we now know that if that ever happened, you're now going to destroy the whole thing for Orion and his planet when he gets back. You're now the new emperor of the fleet of flowers. And they're pink. They give a pep talk again, and he's like saying, yeah, you taught me this, you showed me that. And then he gives Troy a bracelet, and he's like, you can have this. He's like, no, I'm not going to take this, Orion. I'm not going to take it from you. And he goes, Troy, it's okay. Just hold on for it. I'll be back some point, and then give it me back then. It's like, okay, which would be never. Thanks, Orion. And Troy, what are you doing? That's a cool bracelet, or bangle as they call them. It's really cool. Why are you doing that, son? Keep it and say thanks very much, and then give him your leather jacket. Because you've been wearing it for so long, you might as well give it to him and then pick out another one from your thing. So as he's about, Emma kisses him on the cheek, and it's like, oh, hey, girl. I think that's how I imagine Orion going like, yeah, I'm in there. I'm having that. Yes. Huzzah. Tensu is turning around and he's saying, like, he's trying to say goodbye to Orion. Orion is pretty much gone on, and then literally they find the I don't know how to say it. They find this signal from outer space from the Armada. They've tuned in. This way, they just turned around and said, look, we're going to come destroy the Earth. This is what's going to happen, etc., etc. And yeah, what's going to happen there? And then Gosei contacts the others and says, hey, look, you need to get to the command center. You need to listen to this. And then they go off, and then soon they arrive at the command center. When they arrive, they listen to this communication, like what's going on. They listen to it, and Troy turns around and says, "Hey, look, that's the voice that I recognized when I was on this other ship. So yes, they are coming. We need to take them down." This is one thing that confuses me. And again, I don't know if they've done their research, but it looks like they didn't. Gosei says he's not seen this sort of invasion or heard of this sort of invasion, and you think them back to this.
Come in, Your Majesty.
Prepare for the biggest battle the universe has ever seen.
Already done.
Yippee! evil.
It's great to be back in the game! Golda, now!
So yeah, you kind of think that that would be included. You know, this could be not seen it for a little while, but it's happening. But I have to admit, the Armada's fleet is far superior to then the ones in space, because that was the real ending to the war. That should have they done that one. That would have been a lot better and had more ranges in it to some degree. And they all had normal screen time. But that's later. Gosei then tells the others that, look, you know, the Emperor has more of a fleet than anything, and that's what's coming. So now they're all kind of worried what's going to happen. This is quite funny because, again, Troy gives them more of a pep talk and he says, we're not just 5 Rangers, there's over 100. Now I'm guessing that if we counted them and excluded the stuff that's coming up in the last episode, I don't think there'd be 100 Rangers, but if there are, let me know down below in the comments. So they run out and they take the skyship and they're going to patrol the city, I'm guessing, or the country. Then the bad guys pick on Levira and they say, like, you know, she's like, oh, okay, yeah, we should send this down. And they're like, well, hang on a minute. You've been doing this for a long time. You failed us. So then Levira gets a Megazord. Huzzah! She attacks the Rangers then use Ninja Power, and it pretty much goes Ninja Sword, then you hit a barrier. The barrier kind of doesn't work. Then they use a super ultimate cannon thing that goes boom from their chest and destroys the shield. Then they use the Fire Smasher, and then that's it, the shield's broken. And then they just go on full on attack this Megazord of Levira's, and then she's forced to abandon. Now I think that they have really cheap materials when making these Megazords because they don't last very long. They say this is the ultimate thing, brand new technology, you can't defeat me, a few attacks and you're gone. What's up with that, guys? You've got to stop building more materials rather than the really shitty stuff that you used quite recently. Levira is on the floor and then she's like, come on, challenge me, Rangers, come down, you know, you gotta beat me. And this is where I'm gonna get angry, and I'm gonna talk about this at the very end. So then the Royal Guard turn up and Levira's like, look guys, not being funny, but I'm not gonna say thanks to the Emperor because he's pretty much just been a dick to me. So yeah, let's go fighting. The Rangers jump out the Megazord and they're there, they're waiting to fight. Levira just goes, look at this, and fires missiles at them. And I kind of find that really cool, and just where her eyes light up and she's like firing missiles at them, which is a cool thing. You think that she'd have eye beams, but missiles, why not? They start using their legacy powers and they call them Legacy Power Mode or Legacy Mode. I call this Lazy Editing Mode, and this is the reason why. So the Rangers that they have: Mighty Morphing Mode Red, Blitz Mode Black, Prism Mode Green, Lightning Mode Blue, Supersonic Mode Yellow. I can't remember the Rangers that they use, as in what the Japanese names are, but this angered me, and I will have a rant at the end. It is nice to see the red Mighty Morphing suit going out and attacking and actually having it, and that's all, guess what? American footage and no Japanese. The others take down the Royal Guard really easily because they have new powers and it's surging through them and they feel more powerful. But yeah, again, they use the legendary weapon modes again. Not in the series. This is weird because they come running up to when the Royal Guard are down and Troy's there going, yeah, I'm going to take you down. And it just doesn't make sense. They have these other Rangers. So literally they take out the cannon and they fire at Levira. Levira comes at it and she starts firing missiles, which does nothing to the attack because it's rushing towards them. And you kind of think you just go, oh, missile attack. Would be a lot easier to do it that way. At this point she's shouting out saying, like, you know, electricity's flying, she's dying. She goes, use my enhancer ray, whatever it's called, the larger fire to make me bigger, and the bad guys just laugh it off. And they go, no. Fuck you. I'm not going to do anything to you whatsoever. And that's it for Levira. She's gone. So the Rangers kind of like, yeah, finally we've defeated them all. Woo! No more bad guys. Woo! And then the Armada attacks them. That's quite funny. Just boom, hit, dead, gone. The Armada comes, as the Armada's there, everyone's kind of worried and they're kind of scared. Mr. Binkley, or Burley, yeah, Mr. Burley is there and he's like, oh, he's pottering about. Everyone's like, come outside, it's really good. And then he's like kind of scared. He's like, oh god, this is important. What the hell's happening? As this time, they're all looking at it, and Noah turns around and says, well, you know, Gosei said there'd be thousands, or tens of thousands of ships. Actually, there's millions of ships. And you kind of think that you'd all attack at once and not just the Rangers, go for the whole planet, spread out. Don't go for one part of the world, one small city. Just obliterate everyone. That would work, rather than just kind of waiting. For some strange reason, they start running and then they turn into the Megaforce Rangers, What the hell's up with that? I don't think you need that, guys. Really, you don't. Again, then later on they turn into super mode. Call the Zords and they have massive fights. Because now Orion's gone, and I kind of wish they didn't get rid of him until the end, they are now remotely controlling the Q-Rex. So again, they transform into different things. You've got stuff like the other Zords are coming to attack. They summon them with the keys, and again, they're letting them go off and do what they want. And then they combine with the Mach Falcon, you know, the whole sitting on the car, blowing stuff up. It kind of works, and then they separate, call the Magic Dragon. Magic Dragon flies, they destroy some stuff, and the dragon just goes off there. You can go and attack. When they're flying with the Mystic Force Dragon, you see the Q-Rex with the Mega Winger on his back. And they just say, yeah, we're autopiloting it. And it's like, what? Why? And then so it goes around and kills a few of their ships, thousands apparently, but you think it's only like a couple of them that they've destroyed. Well done, Noah, for counting really badly. This is when they let the Magic Dragon come out and they start falling, and then suddenly they're flying. When I was actually writing this, I actually paused it because it looked a bit weird, and they're using the Go Ranger powers, the kind of plane thing while flying about, and it's just like, really, if your thing's falling down, just let it land rather than like, well, we're gonna put this in, because people are gonna notice it's flying. It looks like it's kind of gliding down, but it went not in a directional way. They use a thing called, I'm gonna read this, it's either Legitin Bilitrin or Megalin mode or Megatron mode, whatever. You can't really hear it because Troy just says it too quickly, and it literally turns into a fireball, and it's like, really? You're using powers that aren't even in the Power Rangers community anymore. They make out more ships, they're more happy, everyone on Earth's going, yes, finally, you're doing this amazing thing, you're taking down these ships, well done, Rangers. And then, the Emperor decides to come back, and he's like going, these ships are brand new, these are a lot harder to destroy, have fun with that, and there's more of them now. This is when Orion turns around and says, I'm gonna listen to some music, puts on, and then listens to the Emperor saying, everyone in the galaxy, stop your missions, come to Earth, we're going to take it over. New ships now have arrived and they are attacking, and they take down the Megazord really quickly. The other Zords have been attacked and they've been beaten, and all the Rangers are like, what the hell? Why? Even like the main Zords, the Mach Falcon gets like kind of sent back to its own dimension. Now this is, again, is lazy editing mode. As the Rangers are falling out, they've put 2 clips in. I don't know if this is to bump it up to the time, but literally it's the Gokaijas falling out the Megazords, and then it's the Megazord Rangers falling out the Gokaijas, but it looks weird. It looks like they've just put this 2 lots of clips in. And then when I watched the last part, when it was the recap, they just had 1 clip of them all falling. Technically, there are 10 Rangers in this series now. Well done, editing crew, you are at peace with your stuff. You are making fine television. The Rangers are literally on the floor. They are all around the city effectively, and the bad guys are laughing, going like, yeah, we're defeating them, we're destroying them. All the Rangers are now knocked out. They are not moving, apart from Troy at the end where his hand moves, and that's pretty much it. The bad guys are turning around to the Earth and saying, we've destroyed the Power Rangers, we're now going to come and get you. So yeah, you only have a matter of time before we take over the Earth, and if it's gone, guys. Not having it anymore. Lights in my face. That is pretty much that episode broken down. Different things happen. I think this is starting to get me angry because I'm now looking at all these editing people and they are just missing stuff. So we're going to break this down. First of all, using Rangers that never were. It's now getting really stupid. At that point, when you have Mighty Morphin Red, you think, yeah, fine, they're going to do stuff. And then they have these other modes, Supersonic Yellow mode, Blue Lightning mode, Blitz mode, Prism mode. These Rangers should not have been in, and if you are filming that one Red Ranger fight, you would want to put other people in rather than Rangers that don't exist or unlocked now or whatnot. It spoils it, because what's the point of mixing 2 footage when you can get these people? And I know you've got these suits, so don't lie to me. If you've got the Danger Man, if you've got all these Live Man stuff or whatever it is these suits are, why aren't you turning around and actually making your own footage rather than relying on other things? This is really irritating me now. I can normally understand that it's a few, but now it's just completely and utterly just relying on Sentai footage of seasons that were never adapted. If this is their way of turning around and actually testing the water for new Rangers, that's cool, bring them in, but you can't use old footage anymore unless you HD it and you make it all shiny and it looks new. Again, you have the Gokaijas in this, they're falling out. Really, that probably 1 second, 2 second footage you could have just taken out. Why keep them in there? Because now it's just shows that you're just really more, well, it shows that you're getting lazier and lazier and can't be bothered with these things anymore. And then the Megazord thing with the Go Ranger stuff, it's just really annoying now. I can see that at the beginning you want to use it and it's a cute thing. Now it's getting to the point where you just really can't be bothered and you just want this series to end. This is going to be a rant later on. So anyway, that's the wrap. You see that all this is happening, and I think the Rangers beforehand. Either way, it's the Rangers see this happening, and Jake's like, yeah, I'm going to go help him. I'm going to actually go out and I'm going to beat this person. I'm going to make sure he's okay. And then Gose says, take Tensu. I was like, oh god, why would you take Tensu? Guess he's the Navi of the group. I hate Tensu. Jake runs around the corner. He's like, yeah, I'm shooting everyone, take them all on.